Hey guys, we're back with Chaos Child. Last time we got a Senri flashback, and now we're probably at the climax. I think this one will definitely be the ending. Took a bite out of the simple meal of margarine and toast. There's nothing else. There wasn't the usual meal of crisp lettuce or juicy tomatoes or tasty hot dogs. They have hot dogs for breakfast or eggs cooked just the way we like them. So are they eating tomatoes for breakfast? That's like, I think tomatoes by themselves are kind of gross. Is this my next banana juice take? Am I gonna get hated for that? Because like, I don't know. But like also like just lettuce by itself, that's kind of weird too. Just plain toast and milk. Yuto was ignoring the toast before him and watching me carefully. He timidly opened his mouth.
Ne, Takuru-ni-chan.
I know exactly what he's gonna say before he said it.
Nono-ne-chan, doko ichatta no?
He asked me that many times over the last day. Oh, she wanted to stay with a friend!
Uso da yo.
Yuto cut me off before I could finish.
Sonna no, uso da yo. Nono-ne-chan ga boku tachi ni nani mo iwazu ni tomodachi no tokoro ni tomari ni iku nante. Sonna no. Yuto-kun. ...
I didn't expect them to believe it either. But I wasn't sure I could tell them the truth. Well, all the sad orphans are showing up to make Takuyu feel guilty. Even if I did, they wouldn't believe it. We all know Takuyu was right about everything. How could I expect them to believe that she was actually a girl named Minamisawa Senri who'd taken Kurusu Nono's place using something called Gigglomaniac powers? I mean, Uki would believe it. It was much better not to tell them the truth. Better not to tell them. That's right. There's nothing I can do. Okay, I see what's going on here, game. It's paralleling, you know, him keeping secrets with Nono. The truth wasn't going to make anyone happy. It was better not to tell them. No secrets. Literally Umineko. That was just a means to an end. I knew that. But I still couldn't accept it. As a family, we had nothing strong to bind us together. Oh, okay, look. Takuyu was not the one who came up with that. That was not him. We were just a group of people living under the same roof. That promise had been a symbol of what bound us as a family. That was all. That's why I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept that she lied to me.
Ne, Takuru-ni-chan. Doushite uso tsuku no?
That's right. I was lying to Yuto and Yamazoe. Did I have the right to criticize Nono? To criticize Minamisawa Senri? Did I have the right to live with them as a family?
Takuru-ni-chan te ba!
Oh no! Don't tell the sad orphan boy to shut up. That makes you look like a bad guy. Shut up. It's like Kurusu went to a friend's house. Don't double down. Stood up and headed for the door.
Takuru-san, doko e? Takuru-ni-chan.
Just leave the orphans all alone, yeah. That's a good idea. Let's shut the front door, so to block off his cries. Outside, it looked like it was about to rain. Of course, I hadn't brought an umbrella. Even if I did, I wouldn't feel like using it. What was Kurusu doing? Was she keeping out of the rain? I laughed a little. She was always the one to tell me to take an umbrella when I went out. I don't think I came here because I thought Kurusu would be here. But maybe, just maybe, a part of me did. I was the one who told her we weren't family. Maybe I came here anyway, because I was seeking some small piece of what we had before. Kurusu wasn't here, but there were still signs of her warmth. Her room hadn't changed a bit since the first time I'd come to the dorm. There's just a few more things in it. Kurusu never spent any money on herself. Of course, part of the reason was that we didn't have any money, but even when we did, she would use it on me, Yui, Yuto, or Dad. Lately, I told her to get herself some nice jewelry or something. She said she didn't need it. Oh, we're getting this! ... Don't act like we're friends. Wait, oh! And this is a parallel between Nono and Senri, And so now Senri is being the no-no to Takeru, who is like Senri. Don't act like we're friends. Just met. Only DQNs call each other by first names after they just met. What is... I think that's in the... DQN. Next thing. Do-kyun. The people who are stupid, antisocial, or delinquents. Remember, that's the name of one of the new gen DQN puzzle, I think? Huh? I have Sarika, who's real. What? Nobody asked you. I don't need friends. Hadn't she already met Sarika by this point? Dot dot dot. What's going on here? Dot dot dot. Exclamation point? Why are you just staring at me? You're gonna stare, you can help. You're having fun watching me try to get dressed and fail. It's hilarious watching how I can't even pick up the shirt I dropped off the ground. And I used to be able to do this before the earthquake. So why? Why can't I do it? Why? Yeah, that felt good. Thanks, Dono. But absolute legend. I get it, get off me, I almost choked. I'm just eating a meal on my own. It's not that big of a deal, no. Is it actually that hard after, like, he was in a coma for a year, right? Like, I know that, like, muscles, like, atrophy and all. Is it that hard, though? Like, to the point you can't even, like, pick up, like, a shirt or chopsticks easily? NFT time! I've not heard Yui's voice in so long. Oh wait! Can I take a photo with my phone too? Just one? Hit this button, starts the timer. Look, this is gonna sell for so much money, Yui, you don't even know. That's fine, I'll do it myself. You get back over there, Dad. Yeah, first the good old-fashioned mind-control backpacks, you know, smartphones nowadays, that's too tough. Back in my day, we used Garo froggies, not this 11th Rorschach thing. Alright, here we go! I know! Cheese! And they all lived happily ever after. The end. We really were a family. We may not have been related by blood, but as long as we were together, no matter what anyone said, we were a family. Thank God. Thank God. Okay, you can't do the Senri romance now, okay? She used to say that all the time. What had she been thinking when she said those words? Question mark? Then I saw what looked like a tiny piece of paper under the bed. Reached my hand under it and picked it up. It was a picture. There were 2 girls and a boy. The boy was Kawahara-kun. Kurusu Nono was in the middle, smiling. Off to the side was another girl. Her face was scribbled out. It was the girl we'd seen in the lab. It was the girl who begged us for help. If every day was like that for her. I couldn't bear to stay in Kurusu's room anymore, so I left. Huh? I went outside, but stopped when I heard someone below the stairs. Thought it might be Kurusu, but it wasn't. It was... Okay, obviously it's Serika. Oh! Hey! Kawahara-kun saw me. His face tensed up as he approached. Kawahara-kun, what are you? Ah! He suddenly grabbed me by the collar and slammed me into the wall. What are you? What do you mean? How do you know she's not just ghosting you? How did you? Why did he? Do you think he was planning a second confession? He was like, the first one went so well, I gotta do it again. He probably got into the apartment and gotten it out of Yuto or Yamazoe. I was worried that he might have scared Yuto, but he pulled tighter on my collar and I couldn't speak.
Miyashiro,
He did say that. But this has nothing to do with you, Kawahara-kun. This is a family problem. It has nothing to do with you. Ah! His fist hit my face several times before I could finish my sentence. I was terrified when I saw how bloodshot his eyes were. Yeah! This time he kicked me, fell backwards into a puddle of water. Having a fist fight in the rain, this is what they call Kino. Kawahara is actually the final boss. There's no Serika in this round. Another sharp kick landed as I tried to stagger back to my feet. It hit me in the solar plexus and knocked all the air out of my lungs. Kawahara is just jealous he doesn't get to call her One-san. Yeah. His fist cut through the air and smashed into my cheek again. I smelled something strange in the back of my nose as the flesh from my cheek dug into my face. I didn't care if he was hitting me. No, I was the cause of the return of the New-Gen Madness, and I'd hurt Kurusu, Minami-sama, in a fit of rage. Maybe I deserved it. But even so, it still pissed me off that I couldn't fight back. You have a magic sword! Nothing, just... Ah! Just like I thought. Slightest how do you say this? Provocation? Set him off. You know what it means. Provocation. It was just a sign of how stupid he was. Fine, if you really want to know, I'll tell you. Each time I spoke, I tasted something metallic in my mouth. I kept speaking anyway. Kurusu doesn't give a damn about you. Actually, I think she hates you. No, but I can. Yeah! My chest, my sides, my back. I've got proof. Must have bothered him, because once I started to talk, he stopped hitting me. He was a small man. You hated Minamisawa Senri, right?
南沢当たり前だろ。あんな気持ち悪いやつ、誰だって嫌がる。
Here's who knew all about how much you hated her. Think you should trust someone like that? You're the one who said she was only friends without a pity. You're the one who she was only friends without a pity. Yeah!
誰がお情けだよ。適当なこと言いやがって。
At this point, I was basically a punching bag. Is this how he becomes Ghost Takeru and joins the other Ghost Takeru from Arimori's route? Felt like burning irons were being pressed all over my body. My sense of balance was thrown off. The pain kept me from thinking. Everything stopped seeming real. I started losing my ability to think clearly. Maybe it'd be better if I just... Kawahara-kun spat on my cheek, but the rain washed it away. What? Are you done already? Forced myself to stand through the pain. What's wrong? Still alive. Why not just kill me?
Nani?
Come on. You hate me, right? I piss you off, right? Just kill me. Come on. I won't fight back. That's right. This is all my fault. What happened with Serika? What happened with the murders? Kill me. Kill me! Come on! Just kill me, dang it! What happened with Kyusu? No. Kill me. Please. He just passed like the greatest intimidation check of all time. A strange, nervous smile formed on his face as I approached him. Then he turned around and fled into the pouring rain. After I couldn't see him anymore, I fell to my knees on the ground. Spit up a hunk of blood. Then let the rain fall down from the dull, gray, silent sky. Which one is Silent Sky? That's the name of one of the endings. Why? Why didn't he kill me? I never should have been born in the first place. If I hadn't, then none of this would have happened. Yui and Dad would still be alive. Serika wouldn't have hurt anyone. And she would have been able to start her new life. Ryusu no. If it wasn't for me...
わかった。あなたのその望み、叶えてあげる。
What was that? With something freezing cold and sharp on my neck. Oh, is that Serika? Yeah, okay. I'll have to turn around to see who it was. Onoe.
Taku.
Onoe was behind me. Smiling happily, she put the blade up to my neck.
やっと言ってくれたね。タクの本当の望み。
Onoe. How long have you been there? She was watching. She's like, oh boy, Doggo, you suck at fighting.
ずっといたよ。私はタクと一緒だもん。子供の頃からそうだったでしょ。ずーっとタクのそばにいて、タクがどうして欲しいのかを知る。そのためだけに生まれてきたんだもん。
Wait, Serika, don't use the sword? Use like a blunt object to make it look like Kawahara did it. Frame him for murder. That'll be funny. So that's it. Finally understood. I now knew who Onoe Serika really was. There's a part of me, the truest sense of the word. Onoe,
大丈夫だよ。何も言わなくても、私には分かってる。
Slowly, her blade moved just an inch. I could feel a warm drop of liquid run down my neck.
それじゃあ、行くね。
This is for the best. This is... Slowly closed my eyes.
さよなら、タク。
Okay, the air shook a little. And there's a sound of something cutting through it. Yeah, okay. It can't end before we see Senri's sprite. Without even feeling any pain, I... Question mark? Cold drops of rain are hitting my neck.
お前
I opened my eyes and saw... Yeah, okay. Best girl alert? Mina Misawa? Senri? No. It's...
タク
No, no.
クルスノノいや南沢千里
Why are you... Why do you look like that?
もう偽るのはやめたの
Is that a... I don't know if that's the same voice actress or not.
これが私の南沢千里の本当の姿
Okay, I can look at that, right? Like, it's not gonna be like, I go to the BNDB page for Senri, right? And it's like, I don't know, oh, Senri is actually Ito in disguise too! Okay, her voice actress is... Gridcut Sarah Emmy. Okay, now, just go to the Love Choo Choo page, sure. Hirusu is... Okay, yeah, same voice actress.
もしもこれで全てを失うことになったとしてももう嘘はつきたくないから家族に隠し事はしたくないからだからたとえこの姿であなたに嫌われたとしても私は本当の私でいることに決めたの
Hold on to your hats, everyone. Peak is incoming. No stood in front of me with her D sword in her hand.
南沢千里今さら何をしに来たのあなたなら聞かなくても分かってるんでしょあなたの手からその醜く無様な姿でそうよこれが偽らざる私の姿だからそうか面白いでも邪魔をするなお前の出番はもう終わった
No, flinch back in fear as the blade sliced through the grain drops. Watch her lose here. The most fitting thing for Nono to do. Her expression twisted in pain. No, you... It was only then that I saw the blood and cut in her shoulder. Or maybe now it's Senri, she can't lose.
まだその名前で呼んでくれるんだ
Forget that, your shoulder!
さっきちょっとかすっちゃったみたいでもこのくらい何が邪魔をするなと言っているこの偽物が私はもうクルスノノの偽物なんかじゃない私は南沢千里本物の南沢千里よ
It was a type of resolve. You could call it determination. The determination to abandon the life she'd lived for years and be reborn anew.
そんなことどっちだっていい私は宮代拓の望みを叶えてあげるだけだからお前は邪魔なんだよ拓の望みそうだ宮代拓は自分なんていなければいいと思った消してくれと思っただから私がその望みを叶えてやる
Hold on, I never wish for Nono/Senri to disappear though. That's not in the rules.
なぜならそれが私尾上セリカの存在する理由だからだからそこをどけそんなのダメよ 私が許さない。
Erica's sword was designed to attack, but Nono's D-sword was heavy. As hard as she was, it seemed hard for her to use. Nono wasn't Nono anymore anyway. She was Minamisawa Senri. What a lie. Nono wasn't Nono. She was feeling the pain from all the terrible experiments she suffered over the years. Erica's attack slowly started to push Nono back.
邪魔をするな。タクルは私の弟よ。あなたに殺させなんかしない。
No.
そんなの。お前こそ家族を壊した元凶だろうが。それでも私はどけ。
So Stalker just standing there? Well, I guess just laying there? The blade shook like thunder. A swirl of wind appeared around Serica's feet.
どけって言ってるんだよ。
The fierce blow knocked Nono to her knees. Her tiny, thin neck was defenseless and exposed. A cold voice and a white flash. Oh, no way. I directed the weapon I'd pulled from the sea of chaos at her, feeling its heft in my hand. Sorry, she has twin tails. Best girl.
死にたいって言ったのはタクだよ。
The power of twin tails brought him back from the brink. Yeah, I did.
じゃあどうしてその女をかばうの？そいつはタクを騙してたんだよ。
Yeah, you're right.
だったら。
But maybe it wouldn't be that easy to forgive her for lying to me. But everything she'd done for us, she'd done as part of our family, not as Kurusu Nono or Minamisawa Senri. She'd given us her love, and it was real love. It really didn't matter what her name was, where she was born, or what she even looked like. What I truly wished for was just to once more.
そうか。それが宮代タクルの望み。だったら。
Erica looked up and smiled, then readied her weapon.
その望みごと葬ってやる!
What? That's not allowed? You don't have to make a funny, like, family sitcom. The D-sword became a hurricane of light as she attacked me.
タクル!
I'm fine. Yeah, that talker sounded a lot like Kurusu. It's one thing to say that, still feeling the pain from her Kawahara-kun had hit me. Just knocking back Serica's attack was enough to make my body scream. But there's a cool sound check, so it's okay.
どうした? 偉そうなこと言ってその程度か!
See, this is what they call cinematography. Serica, the antagonist, is shielding the Alba Dorm, the main antagonist of the series. So we're seeing evil. And she's looking at all that is good. So basically, Takuro, Senri, and everything in the world that isn't the Alba Dorm. Shining beams collided, scattering rainbows everywhere. Sword and sword collided, like two magnets drawn to each other. My lungs hurt like they were on fire. Serica found a hole in my defenses and attacked. Her D-sword knocked mine upwards and threw me off balance. The glowing weapon went straight for my exposed neck. Put my hand up to protect my throat. Ah! The inside of my left wrist just torn open. You know, all the neighbors are probably just thinking, what are those kids doing out there? Acting like they're swinging swords when they got nothing in their hands. Felt the heat before I felt the pain. The warm rain fell down and spread the blood into a puddle at my feet. Clenched my teeth hard to keep from passing out and try to judge the distance between us again.
どうした? やられる一方だぞ。そんなことで!
The fierce blade struck again. I just barely managed to move out of the way in time. At this rate, she would kill me. Like Serika said, if I didn't attack her, this was only going to end one way. But the pain, exhaustion, rain, and sweat were already blurring my vision. My strength was at its limits. If I could just land one hit. One hit.
どうタク、楽しい？楽しいよね。
楽しい？
私はすっごく楽しい。
Does he know she can read minds? Forget. Yeah! I blocked her attack with the blade of my sword and threw her off balance, just a little. The air of self-satisfaction vanished from her face, was replaced by fear. I didn't miss my chance. What I wished for, what I truly wished for was not destruction, but instead a future with Minamisawa. That's right. That was my wish. Ah! I put all my strength and all my wishes into a single swing of my blade. So she wasn't even trying to kill Takaru, right? She was trying to take herself out of the picture. Serika raised her weapon right in front of me. A bluff? Was it a trap? No. She counters now. There's no way I can... Huh? I saw her smile. And then... she fell to the ground. I can still feel the sensation in my hands. Serika. Oh. Is that Senri? Yeah. Red blood spread silently on the asphalt. Oh, no way. Why? Serika knew exactly what I was going to do. She wanted to kill me. She could have. So why? It's the most fun anime sword fight I've ever had, Serika. Thank you. Oh, no way.
私はタクが望む世界を見せてあげたい。それだけ。
Okay, but now like he's gonna go to prison for murder? Oh, no way!
私はタクが望んで生まれた存在。でも今タクがそばにいてほしいのは私じゃない。
Serika smiled at Nono faintly.
タクのことよろしくね。セリカ。
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Anoe. This is all my fault.
ねえ、タク。一つだけお願い。
Anything.
私を終わらせて。それができるのはタクだけだから。
Wait, can't you just straight up not die unless Takuyo kills her?
タクル。
Just like she asked, I took my D-sword and pointed it at her body. However...
どうしたの？
No, I can't. I just can't do it.
しょうがないな、タクは。
She smiled happily and grabbed the blade with a shaking hand. And then...
バイバイ。タク。
Bye-bye. The D-sword went through her body without a sound. Oh, no way. The girl I had created. The girl who had always supported me. The girl who had always been by my side. Surrounded by a cocoon of light, then vanished into thin air. Veil of rain that covered the sky and vanished. What? She made it rain? And vanished, leaving me at a stench on the asphalt. Looked up at the crystal clear blue sky, saw a rainbow in the heavens. I hear the crunching sound of footsteps on gravel, going further into the distance. Don't know?
見ないで。
What? Come on! I was about to turn around but stopped when I heard the rejection in her voice.
ごめんね、タクル。もう二度とあなたの前に姿を現したりしないから。
Huh?
でもね、これだけは信じてほしいの。 確かに私は嘘をついていたけれど、あなたたちのことを大切な家族だって思ってた。
Okay, now Taku, this is when you say, regardless of if she's Senri or Nono, you'll always see her as a sister, and you harbor no romantic feelings for her. Make sure to add that part in. That's important.
お願いよ。信じてくれる？
No, no.
私はもうクルス・ノノじゃない。
The footsteps started again. Nono was leaving. I'll never see her again.
今までありがとう。さようなら。
Is it gonna end like that? I turned around and saw a small girl, just facing away from me. The first time I'd seen her, even though I'd seen her 1,000 times before. No, no! Ran after her and grabbed her hand and forced her to look at me.
いや、やめて。
Why?
だって私はノノちゃんじゃない。こんな醜い顔、タクルには見せたくない。
I held her close as she squirmed and tried to look away. I'm sorry, I was young. It didn't matter whether you were Minami-sama Senri or Kurusu Nono. It didn't matter. Senri looked up at me in surprise. For the first time, I could see her face. It was different than Nono. Didn't have her bright charm or her bold features. Even so, part of our family. You're important to me. That hasn't changed. You better not slowly say Takeru a third time, I swear. Tears fell from Senri's eyes. Memories came flooding back to me. That's right. Those are the eyes that were always watching me. I couldn't move and you took care of me. My therapy hurt so much, you were there to scold me and encourage me. If I did something stupid and you got mad, whenever you laughed, when you cried, those are the eyes that were always watching over me. These were the little hands that were always there for me. It was always you. You might have lied to me. You might not have been the real Kurusu Nono, after all. But it wasn't the real Kurusu Nono who saved me from the darkness. It was you, Minami-sama Senri. Sorry, that was the truth. That was why.
私を許してくれるの?
Yes, but you have to be the one to explain this to Yuto and Uki. I nodded silently.
クルス・ノノじゃなくても?
I told you, you're my savior. You're my family. She never said Ryu. She never said Ryu. I'm still waiting for the Ryu. Did she say the Ryu? I held her tightly, so that she would never go anywhere again. And then, Senri. I said her name. Her real name.
何?
Welcome home. I want to protect that smile.
ただいま。
Humans are temporal beings. Sorry? I think it was a philosopher named Heidegger who said that. I don't know philosophers. I'm not a fan of Nier. German philosopher from 1889. Critic of metaphysics who used phenomenology to support his theory of ontology. Define its time, the past, present, and future, as three equal, continuous, and infinite constructs. Oh god, this guy was a fan of Steins Gate, wasn't he? His theory states that the present is the principal axis upon which the past and future are decided. Time was created. Time moves from the past to the future. Time is what rules over human lives. In that process, the past is lost and new things are born. As per that process, even the return of the new gen madness gradually began to fade from people's memories. The girl named Onoe Serika, who was a person of interest in the case, had vanished. Without any firm evidence, it was impossible to know if she ever existed at all. Okay, so she didn't leave a body. Okay. The case came to an end without a satisfactory answer. And the four of us still lived in that cheap apartment.
ほら、ユウト、早く準備しないと遅れるわよ。
Are they just gonna skip that?
ちょっと待ってよ。この番組終わったらやるから。そうやってテレビばっかり見て、ウキちゃんはもう準備できてるって。 行ってきます。待って、僕も行くよ。行ってらっしゃい。
Oh, casual clothing, Senri. This is very rare.
行ってきます。
Mornings were always busy like this. Sheesh. You're too loud. The pounding on the wall was another thing we'd gotten used to. She's gonna be mad again later.
しょうがないわね。また夜にクッキーでも焼いてお裾分けしとくわ。
Okay, but what happened to like school? Like, first off, how did Kawahara react when Senri was like, what's up with the way your fingers bend? But anyway, like, does she have like official documentation? Like, I mean, that's what I'm worried about. That's the good stuff. Get to that. Thanks. Side-eye? What's up?
まさかこんな日が来るとは思ってなかったな。
Wait, do we have a date for this? Sometimes it has it. November. Oh, so it's only been like days. Because this was like the 20th, I think? Or around the 20th. Been like a week tops. Kurisu Nono became Minami-sama Senri and created no end of problems. Yeah. Of course, Yuto and Yamazoe weren't sure how to handle it all. Her name and appearance were totally different. I knew it would be impossible for them to think of her as the same person. But inside, just the same. She's gone back to looking like Minami-sama Senri, sure. She is still Kurisu Nono, a cheerful, helpful girl who kept the household running. Best girl pouting? After a few days of living with her, both of them got used to the idea that Minami-sama Senri was their big sister. Of course, they were family. Couldn't exactly tell everyone else that Kurisu Nono was actually another girl all along. So it ended up that Kurisu went to live with some very distant relatives, just as a new transfer student named Minami-sama Senri came to school. That's convenient. And Kawahara is like the only person who notices this. Like, what is going on? It was hard for her to rebuild her relationships with her old friends from the ground up, but she pulled it off. Of course, a few of them.
Oh, チャオス、宮代先輩、クルス。有村さん。じゃなかった。南沢先輩。
Sheesh, when are you gonna stop doing that?
んなこと言ったって、そう簡単に行くもんじゃないですよ。ねえ、花。
Ace Detective Arimore is just having me to solve another case. Wait, is Senri that short, or is it just... See, the zoom is hard, it's hard to tell. We told the people who knew about the case the real story.
つうかさ、3年なんだし、今さら無理して学校来なくてもよかったんじゃねえの?
I mean, you gotta get a diploma. Said the same thing, but
あのままみんなと別れてしまうのは寂しいじゃない?
I guess so. Never would have taken a risk like that just to see the people in my class. Yeah, well, you're Takuyo. Maybe that's just a sign of how she changed.
で、今日の部活は?
Sorry, we got somewhere to go today.
行くところ?
Do you think she did like a There's no way she became president of the student council again, right? Or do you think she did like a campaign like down with the evil Kawahara, who I assume he became president when Nono transferred?
ええ。なに先輩方2人でもしかして無謀な感じ？違うわよ。そういうんじゃなくて。分かってますよ。まあ、たとえそうだとしても、一つ屋根の下に暮らしてるんだから、今更って感じだし。
Arimore, I swear if you ruin this route. Come on.
それよりタクル、そろそろ。
Yeah, you're right. We said goodbye to everyone and left. The sky was the same blue color it had been after the rain stopped on that day. We headed for...
ののちゃん。
Ah, okay. There's a grave, far away from Shibuya in the suburbs. The body that had originally been buried at Minami-Sawa Senri now been quietly interned in the Kurisu family grave as Kurisu Nono. Kurisu Nono. There's a girl I knew well, but one I never actually met. Senri put her hands together in a silent prayer as she faced the cold grave. There's so much she hadn't been able to say, so much that she wanted to say. Kurusu Nono and Minami-sawa Senri are finally talking to each other as different people now. The sin of using her, the sin of burying her, the sin of lying, the guilt from those sins would never go away. But even so...
ごめんね、ののちゃん。これからたくさん辛いこと、悲しいこともあるかもしれないけど。
Ignore the loud engine outside? That's right next to the graveyard. That's it. I think you could hear that out my window.
それでも私は、もう逃げたりなんてせず、立ち向かっていこうと思う。南沢千里として。それが私にできる、あなたへの手向けだと思うから。
The smoke from the incense rose towards the sky, blown about by the wind. And in the wind...
頑張って、千里ちゃん。
Ghost Kurusu? I thought I heard a voice. Everything that happened so far is a mix of plots, misunderstandings, miscommunications, and successful efforts. That means the ghost of, like, the real Kurusu is gonna go join the ghost of Takuyo and Arimori's route to go to the true ending together. So whenever I wanted to cry at what had become...
タクル、
Hmm?
これからも私のこと、見守ってくれる?
Yeah. I take in the hand of the girl next to me. I take the hand, feel her warmth, and walk together with her, side by side, non-romantically, in a familial way, just like she had done for me, for the sake of Tamayo, and for the sake of our future, and for our future. Credits? Okay. When I skip these credits, it better not turn out that Taku died, like Kawahara killed him. Okay? Skipping it.
ねえ、
Oh, no!
楽しかった?
You're supposed to be dead. She's gonna ask me that every ending. Real Sky End. Okay, there's not a saving system data. Let's see this. Real Sky End. Okay. Yes. Oh, true ending's probably going to go in the bottom here. Then Uki and no, Uki has true ending, so they're here, and then Kazuki's here. Gotcha. Or maybe the true ending's in the middle. I don't know. Well, that was, I'd call it a good route. Like, not super strong. Although obviously I went into it after I got spoiled the plot twist, so that obviously impacted how good it was for me. But like, it was a solid route. Less Alba dorm time would have been nice, but I will say that about everything. So anyway, we got Kazuki and Uki left. Gonna do Kazuki next, then Uki's last. I do wonder, like, I still don't know how the true ending's gonna work. Like, is it really gonna be the ghost of Takuyo, Kurusu, and then like, I don't even know, like the squid Kazuki ate, and then I don't know, the ghost of Yui show up in the true ending and they're like, no, you can't do this. It's like, I don't know. that's probably ridiculous and not how it goes down, but that's just what I think in my head. Anyway, by the way, if anyone's like, oh, you should have done Nono's route last, no, I should have done Nono's route first, because according to the CGs, Nono's route comes first, then Arimori. So I did the canon way. So I don't know what the game wants me to do after that, Kazuki Uki, but I am doing everything in order. Anyways, see you guys next time for Kazuki's route. Bye.